There is a mineral that every single cell in your body needs to function. Your thyroid can't work without it. Your metabolism cannot work without it. Your brain cannot work without it. And most women over 40, they're walking around deficient with absolutely no idea. I'm Teresa Epps. I'm 69 years old. I'm a certified nutrition coach and founder of High Performance Aging. So today we're talking about iodine. And before you say, hey, wait a minute, I've never even thought about iodine. Well, that's exactly the problem. So iodine, because iodine deficiency is one of the most underdiagnosed and underaddressed issues in women's health after the age of 40. And you know what the symptoms are? I mean, you've probably been told that they're just part of getting older, right? Well, let me tell you, they are not. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button right now. I drop real answers, common sense answers for women over 40 every single week, and you don't want to miss a single video. So let's get into it. Most people, they only know iodine from two things: salt and those little brown bottles in the medicine cabinet from when you were a kid. And, iodine is so much more than that. Your body absolutely cannot make iodine on its own, not a single drop. Every bit of iodine in your body has to come from what you eat. And here is why that matters. Your thyroid gland, that little small butterfly-shaped gland at the base of your throat, it cannot produce a single thyroid hormone without iodine. Think about that. Not a single one. And thyroid hormones regulate, well, virtually everything that women over 40 struggle with the most, like your metabolism, your energy, your body temperature, your weight, your hair, your skin, your mood, your brain, and your heart rate. So when your thyroid doesn't have enough iodine, guess what? All of those things suffer. And in ways that are almost impossible to connect back to just one single mineral. So now you know what to look for. So let me walk you through the symptoms of iodine deficiency. And then ask yourself honestly, how many of these symptoms are you currently living with? First, unexplained weight gain. You haven't changed what you eat. You haven't changed your exercise, how you move, but the scale keeps going up. This is one of the most classic signs of an underactive thyroid, which can be driven by an iodine deficiency. The second thing, fatigue. Fatigue that sleep will not fix. Not just tired, but you're exhausted. And then the third thing, you're just cold all the time when everybody else is perfectly comfortable, and there you are reaching for a sweater. And it's July. Your thyroid regulates your body temperature. When it's sluggish, you feel it. And then the fourth thing, you're losing your hair. There's more hair in the shower than you used to find. A ponytail that went from this to this, right? Okay, I'm going to stop counting. There's too many to keep up with. Okay, your eyebrows are thinning at the outer edges, right? Also, dry skin, brittle nails, and the brain fog. You have a hard time concentrating. It's just that slow, weird feeling in your head that was not there a few years ago. Maybe you have a feeling of fullness in your throat. That's another symptom. Or swelling at the base of your neck. This can actually be a visible sign that your thyroid is working overtime, just trying to do its job without enough iodine. Now, how many of those sound familiar to you? Because most women are told this. They're told, it's just stress. It's just aging. Your labs look fine. And they walk away without anyone connecting it to this one mineral. Now, here's why this conversation matters so much for women that are over 40 specifically. First, our food choices have changed. We're not eating the way our grandparents ate, obviously. A lot of processed food, and many of us have eliminated the best natural sources of iodine without even realizing it. What do? We switch from iodized table salt to sea salt, Himalayan salt, kosher salt, because they taste better and they feel more natural and clean. And actually, it's a great switch. But most of them contain little to no iodine. Iodized table salt at one time was our primary source of iodine. And a lot of us eliminated it years ago without a second thought. Did you ever think about, oh, where am I going to get my iodine? Well, now hear this. Fluoride and chlorine, as well as bromine, which is in lots of processed bread, those are all halogens, just like iodine. And they compete for the same receptors in your body. Our water's fluoridated, our pools are chlorinated, and all of these, you know what they do? They push iodine out of your cells. So you can think you're getting enough iodine and still be functionally deficient because these other compounds are actually blocking it. And then you've got the lovely perimenopause and menopause, which has already put your thyroid under more pressure. So adding iodine deficiency on top of hormonal fluctuation makes every symptom on that list I just gave you a whole lot worse. Now, this is where I want to be very clear. My first recommendation is always food, always. And before we talk about anything else, I want to share with you how to get iodine the way your body was designed to receive it, from real whole foods. Now, the best natural sources are going to be anything from the ocean fish, ocean shellfish, seaweed, cod, tuna, shrimp, oysters, clams, you get the picture. Because the ocean itself is rich in iodine, and everything living in it absorbs that iodine. So if you're eating seafood a few times a week, you're getting meaningful iodine. And the second thing is seaweed. Seaweed is probably the highest food source of iodine available. And then you have your organ meats. I know. Some of you just made that face that I usually make when I hear the word liver. But anyway, organ meats, liver especially, are among the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. And they contain great amounts of iodine. Also meat, regular beef, lamb, chicken, pork, they all contain moderate amounts of iodine. It's not as concentrated as seafood, but consistent intake adds up. And if you tolerate dairy, it's a solid, consistent iodine source as well. Also, plants that are grown in coastal regions. This is the one most people never think about. The soil that's near the coast naturally contains more iodine, but plants grown in that soil are going to absorb it. But inland soil tends to be iodine poor, which is actually one of the reasons iodine deficiency became so widespread before iodized salt was actually introduced. So here is the honest question I want to ask you. Are you eating ocean fish or shellfish a few times a week? Are you eating meat consistently? Is dairy part of your diet, if you can tolerate it? If you answered yes to most of those, your iodine could be solid. If not, now you know what to add. But food first, always food first. But now, what if you're eating these foods consistently, but you still are living with symptoms? This is when a conversation about supplements is worth having. But let me be completely upfront here, okay? Iodine supplementation is not something that you do casually, okay? Too little iodine is a problem. Too much iodine is also a problem. The recommended daily intake for adult women is like 150 micrograms. This is not a situation where more is better, okay? If you have an existing thyroid condition, please work with your doctor before adding any iodine supplements. I'm not a doctor, I'm just a certified nutrition coach. But for women without thyroid conditions who are not getting enough through their food, a quality supplement will help you support your thyroid. I personally use an iodine supplement, and just one dropper in my coffee in the morning is all you need. And I also take liver capsules. Can't taste them, you don't burp them up, it's awesome. Because I'm definitely not going to be eating organ meats, so I'm going to do that. But if you can, food first. And always, always check with your doctor. You know you deserve real answers, not just to hear, oh, everything's fine, everything looks fine, when you know it's not. So if this video helped you understand something that you had never considered before, hit that like button. And you know what? Share it with one woman who has been dismissed and told her symptoms are just a part of getting older, because you know what? They may not be. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I drop real answers, common sense answers for women over 40 every single week. And I don't want you to miss a single video. Everything that I personally use every single day is at the Stand Store link below, including my iodine and my liver capsules. And they're all backed by a money-back guarantee, third-party tested, all the things. So go take a look. This is high-performance aging. You're not just getting older. You are just not optimized yet.